Thank you, Shocks. We've moved inside of the indoor arena, out from the rain, getting ourselves safe, sound, warm, dry, giving them the best environment to play their game in. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen, from 30 contenders, only 2 remain. There can only be one King of the Hill, though, in our 1v1 tournament, and the first person I would like to introduce is a living legend. He is one of the most iconic figures in competitive gaming worldwide, and it wouldn't be a finals without this guy. He's the OG eSports hype man. Please make some noise for Caster June!
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dash. I'm Caster June from LCK. As you know, I am not Shabra, but today I specially speak English to the end because we are in air. Okay, thank you. On the other side, blue side, sorry, my poor English. On blue side, the Doublelift middle laner in LA. Looking to prove his one-on-one mighty. Now representing Team Fire, Bjergsen!
And his opponent on the red side for Team Fire, and representing the North American LCS, he's climbed his way to the top in his natural environment, farming in lane alone. Put your hands together for Doublelift!
Okay, let the fighters begin. 지금부터 대망의 결승전을
What he said!
하겠습니다. Thank you, Dad.
I have so much adrenaline running through my body right now. That was the most amazing introduction I've ever had to see for a 1v1 for any tournament ever. Caster June is an absolute legend, and that was one of the best orchestrated intros ever. Rivington still here, joined by James Stress O'Leary. We are on to the finals. We are on to see who wins 150 points. Like Dash said, we're in here warming up because it's Fire versus Fire. Ice has been melted. They are out of the tournament. It's mid versus AD carry, and you know what? We're gonna see if there's a wager there. Dash, what's going on stage?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have one last thing to settle here. I have a proposed wager for these two gentlemen if they would hear me out. Seeing as how the two of you are going to be teammates next year, I figure what should be riding on this best of 3 is all resources and all ganks to the individual who wins. What do we think? Doublelift, are you willing to throw all that on the line, all your sweet farm in the bot lane?
Well, we did agree to a mirror match, but I might misclick now.
Oh, and Bjergsen.
The thing is, no matter what, I know he's going to want all the resources, but I mean, I'm down.
All right, well, Bjergsen is down. Doublelift, I feel like you have no choice but to accept this.
Okay, we'll do it.
All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, for all of the farm, all of the resources, and all of the ganks in the spring split. Here they are one more time, Bjergsen and Doublelift.
That solves everything. That was the big question. Who would get these resources? If this comes out, they could be the best team in the world, right?
But there's 9 other coaches from the other NALCS teams being like, got it, scouting for the year, already done, book it. That's 2 wins against the TSM roster. We know where they're going. We'll just plan around
Everything towards the bot lane. Doublelift may be able to come out strong in this. Bjergsen has had some crazy games himself. Doublelift going for CS. Bjergsen kills as well. Doublelift has always gone for the sub-100 fights, though. He is very aggressive in that situation, so we'll see if that plays into his favor. Let's see what they have for each other. The Twisted, the Tom Kench, the Skarner, the Maokai, the Malzahar. Whoa! What is it gonna be? Vayne on Vayne. So is the next one Syndra v Syndra? Is it going to be what you wanted?
I would
is
love
it,
that, but-
What's your champion? What's my champion? Is that what we're playing right now?
I was about to write
let's
down
go.
picks and bans, and I'm like, well, I don't actually need to do that anymore. Great. Well, I'll put the pen and paper.
Gotta
there.
study for tomorrow's games.
And here we see, in the crowd.
Team Fire repping, man.
Yep, Fire repping. I actually think I would love to know who the three of them want to win here, and who wants.
That's true.
Who they want
That's
to
true.
lose.
Guys, who's winning?
Who's winning? Shout it at us, guys. Who do you want to win? Oh, okay. Dyrus is the only one stepping up to the plate. I
Got some
respect that.
quiet flames over there. Just Dyrus. So he's still up in the mid laner. He knows who his respect sticks with right now. Bjergsen setting his stuff up, making sure he gets a sip of coffee in before he gets into the game. Need that caffeine, need that adrenaline. Mine's still going from that intro. Absolutely amazing. Let's hear it one more time for Dash and Caster June for pumping up the crowd, getting this ready.
I've never been this hyped for a 1v1. Apart from maybe the Zillion game, I was so ready for that, but now I'm extra specially ready. It's Vayne on Vayne in one lane.
I like that. That's great. And put your hands together one more time. Bjergsen versus Doublelift. The Abyss is ready to be taken on as we swoop in. We will see who takes the 1v1 crown. It will be a Fire member, but the prestige will come with the victory. And I know Doublelift loves that pride.
There goes the first award into the Howling Abyss brush. So Bjergsen has to concede that. You can see Doublelift has now got the presence in the lane. Both of them running Grasp of the Undying. Both of them 6-6-18. Let's get the business out of the way early on. There is a difference, actually. Doublelift is running 30 extra movement speed.
Well, he's looking at his opponent.
Yeah. That's true. Thank you. That is good. I was like, I'm looking at it, isolated here on the screen. Okay, so this is a mirror then.
Got him,
Everything
coach.
else. Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Rim. You got me. You got me.
Bjergsen was just like, look at my backside. Okay. A little bit of damage. Bjergsen actually gets the tumble in before it goes out. We'll see how this continues to play. Like you said, mirror on both sides. But I feel like this should go in Doublelift's favor. He's seen the situations he plays against. He's probably mirrored in a normal game, Vayne versus Vayne, since we haven't seen him in an LCK 5 game. But up to this point, I feel like he should have the advantage.
At this point, I agree with you. Doublelift trading good damage.
See, there it is. One tumble one. Easy peasy.
Also has the CS lead ever so slightly. Had it. Now will maintain an early lead. But Bjergsen's got to be careful. Oh, Doublelift's got to be careful here because of the ward. Doublelift can't really play around the vision if Bjergsen pushes up. But he's just far enough that Bjergsen can never really punish him running into the bush right now. So level 2 for both of them. Health potion was used, however, by Bjergsen. That is effective health lead for Doublelift once he can sustain back up to a similar spot.
Ooh, condemn and the tumble, but he actually takes a bit too much damage off of that. Caster minion's doing a bit to tear him apart. Condemn against the wall. He actually just misses in that situation. Ignite goes down. He has leveled the silver bolts. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to say I called it, but I called it. 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
That was swift win for Doublelift. That is, you want to play me at my champion? I'm just going to
No, now I want to see the Syndra. Or I want to see something else, right? It's going to now be Bjergsen's champion. If that's the way they do it.
Look at,
does he just miss the condemn?
It's the minions. Look at the damage from minions coming out. It's a cannon wave. This is actually Bjergsen just going so far deep into the minion wave. And there was like 4 or 5 range minions plus a cannon. That's like suicidal.
Doublelift's like, easiest game of my life. Let's go, next one. But then, that's probably going to happen for Bjergsen next time if it goes the way we think it's going to go. Is it going to be that AP mid champion that he takes out? Or maybe it's an Ezreal match. We saw Ezreal doing quite well for Bjergsen, or either way around, so could be that what he picks up.
Yeah, it could be. That was a pretty fun game, the Ezreal mirror. What else did we see? We saw Lucian mirror, we saw the Ezreal mirror, we saw the Draven mirror. That's what I
still want to see the axe catch.
Yeah.
That's so troll.
Clown Fiesta.
Lose so much damage and you're not going to be able to play very well in that situation of 1v1 if you're not catching your axes, but we'll see. I'm guessing mid laner. What are you guessing for this next one?
I would like to see mid laner, but the last time we were in game 2 was the Frog and Doublelift game. I don't want to see the snowball with Olaf. That would pretty much leave us here for another couple of hours. So, I mean, I'm down, but...
So before the games, through the hallways, things are heard. And it was heard that throughout all of the 1v1s that Bjergsen and Doublelift played, Bjergsen won. But also, Doublelift was just losing to everybody on fire. So that was actually the first one he's really won against his own team. So he's got to be even more hype right now. And Bjergsen may be thrown off here by what just happened. He might have thought he was going to come in and take that first game.
I've got one word for you, Riv, on that. Sandbagging. That's what it was. Doublelift's like, I'm just going to bait them into thinking I'm bad at this game mode, and then I'm going to win in the final.
All right. I see what you're doing.
This is it. He's just sandbagged. He baited this into the wager as well. Now he's like, I've set this season up for myself. I don't really care what the meta's doing. Just gank me bot. It's all good.
Yeah, but he better carry the season if he's going to get all those resources. Right now, he feels good about taking that on his shoulders and in his backpack.
Oh.
It is the mid, but it's not Syndra. It's sad to see who's dead.
Wow. This is, I guess it's one of the most famous mirrors when it comes to champions we have ever had in League of Legends. We'll see what moves can be brought out on this one. But
Would that happen? The play that trumps the best play probably ever seen is from a mid laner net AD carry instead of a mid in the mid.
you'd have to go a very long way to beat that play, man.
I don't think it's gonna happen. It's
I-
funny to think of though.
I think Bjergsen should have this, unless Doublelift has been like practicing Zed in his downtime. It's been the long con. It's just like, this is the only mid champion I play.
That new AD, man.
Yeah. I mean, we were expecting a lot more Zed, actually. Coming into this, we were talking, like, what kind of mid laners might we see? Zed had a couple of buffs on this patch, so he's able to get extra damage out. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter in the Zed versus Zed.
Yeah, you're facing the same thing. They both got buffs. They both got help. So let's see, Bjergsen gonna go up against Doublelift. If this is something that they practiced before, Doublelift knows a bit of that, kind of situation he's going to be in. But we still saw, if even Vayne was something they practiced, Doublelift was still able to use all that prowess he has on AD carries to just come through with the win. So I expect the same thing here from Bjergsen. They have agreed to mirror match, but they haven't agreed to do anything else super, super crazy. Still no snowballs within this game, so we're not going to get any remakes for this. And first Qs are going to miss from both sides. Doublelift always making sure he gets his vision out.
It's another pure mirror. It is same
same
runes,
thing?
same
Okay.
masteries.
Even
Everything is set up. So right now, Zed versus Zed. That level 6 point. Second death mark. See if you can just edge out the damage after that first exhaust is gone. So it's all about the intricate timings between these two once they hit.
You're really shit out of luck if you use your ult first.
Yeah.
You're just going to get ulted.
Yep, pretty much. You just
Why
dodge
pick Zed?
damage for. Well, I mean.
I'm kidding.
That's the thing is, it is the kind of battle of escalation. It's like both of them are wanting to ult, but you can't ult first.
Yeah.
It's all about, standoff. Bait them out to ult first.
I think where we see the advantage here is Bjergsen's use of the Shadow and Qs and getting a little bit of extra damage in on each one. The placement of the Shadow is kind of that second nature to Bjergsen. Doublelift will be thinking about it where he's going to move, maybe a bit more mechanically sound on Bjergsen's side for that sense.
But he is able to dodge pretty effectively. We've seen Doublelift has been one of the top when it comes to just dodging out the skill shots. So that is going to remain the same whether you're playing Zed or playing against him. So at this point, Doublelift wants to go in, hits 2 first.
Bjergsen, fight back, knows he has a minion coming up on him, so doesn't want to take extra damage. But Doublelift, AD carry or mid laner, he is going very aggressive early game.
Just from getting those first few extra minions in the wave, you can see Doublelift has a fair lead when it comes to it. 10 CS to 7. There are 3 minions in front of Bjergsen. If you can get them, we'll even the CS. But it was all about the experience for now. And there is already damage down onto the 3 melee minions from this wave. That will give Doublelift the level 3 and the opportunity to go in. But it's Bjergsen that actually kills the first one.
Be very close. He's at 2. He needs to get this one to go down. Doublelift's not going to try anything, though. It's a big minion wave, a siege, and casters that could do a lot of damage to him. So he holds off. Get a bit of damage in.
Ooh, Bjergsen actually forgoes just to get the health relic. Has extra energy.
Still hit a few with his Shadow. Was able to mark a few up. Doublelift taking the autos now. Bjergsen low on energy. Can't really return too much damage, but Doublelift has pretty much the same movement he has in most games. Push the wave up a little bit, get it where he wants it, and he can farm easily as some minions now get hit by the turret for Bjergsen.
And that's, ooh, Doublelift gets a turret shot!
Did I not say it would be on the Shadows? An oopsie doopsie by Doublelift. And Bjergsen takes him out just about as fast.
Well, we thought it would be level 6 that'd do it, but if you shadow into the turret...
What's that? I don't think Doublelift will be able to keep control of where those shadows are mechanically and play them correctly. And there it is. Turret shot right to the back of the head as he tries to get away.
That's so painful. That's really painful to have that. Oh, dear. The rest of the North American team are like, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have taken
That wouldn't have been me. Why am I not up?
I wouldn't have done that.
Nope. Well,
Well,
they did it previously.
and
At some point or another.
Doublelift, you can't have a redo on that. I know there was no snowball involved, so that one was all on you at this point.
So this is, now we're finally going to a real third game of a best of 3. No remakes, no rematches. Doublelift versus Bjergsen here for all the resources, the kit and caboodle on the line right now. Stress in. Hope Doublelift doesn't. What is it actually? Because they just played each other's. Now is this unmirrored?
Now you got to play a jungler. Yeah. You just got to play like Elise, something like that. Elise in mirror would be quite fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
I don't think we're going to see either of those, just for the record.
I think it should actually be a champion they both suck on. I don't know what that would be because they just like play everything and they have like A to Z streams, but I'm not sure what it could be.
Force them both to play a support. I'm hearing the audience shout Bard.
Bard, Skarner.
Bard would be a fun one.
Bard would be awesome.
Hecarim, perhaps?
Do you pet a horse's nose like that?
Wow. Don't try that at home, folks. That's probably not going to end that simply for you.
You don't look a gift horse in the mouth, but you can put your hand in it.
I mean, unless you got a tandem partner, in which case I guess you only need one.
Well, horses usually have tandem partners as a front.
That's true.
as a back.
Oh, I thought you meant like a jockey when the horse...
Oh, that's true.
That's like a trio.
Yeah, this is true. Doublelift getting a little bit of word from the officials, letting them know, set things up. We're going to get the game started soon. We see him in the lobby getting ready to go. But old Donald helping out as well. Thumbs up on both sides. Bjergsen gets himself hydrated. Wets the whistle. We're going to be getting into game 3 here. Fire versus fire, and 1 to get snuffed out for the finals. But it's still, they're getting 150 points plus 50, and then another 25 from Prey and either of these two.
So, what do we got here? We are into picks and bans. Champion select the last 1 versus 1. TSM are going to be the bans once again, have to feel. But what if Doublelift wanted to play Twitch? We already saw him play it.
Tough cookies, man. It's out. Also thought about the Scion earlier. That would have been pretty sweet. Soraka would make you want to pull your hair out. No way! Whoa! Doublelift! He's going to give this to Bjergsen in a mid-lane Vel'Koz matchup? He's obviously better than you. So this, like...
Wow.
This really puts Doublelift, I feel, on the back foot for this one. Bjergsen's had to have tried Vel'Koz much more,
Yep. Well,
obviously.
I've
Unless he has a pocket Vel'Koz that we don't know about.
Maybe, I believe. Sandbagging Rib, he's got this. I believe in Doublelift right now. I was having a bit of a conversation with him yesterday, just about general things, not so much about 1v1. So I believe in Double.
All right. What was he
He's
saying?
had an
What was he
impressive
saying?
run.
Was he feel confident or was he kind of mixed emotion?
You know, he was pretty confident about the next season.
Okay.
Looking forward to seeing how TSM do. But I mean, TSM can't lose this, so at least that's something. There's no
That's
CLG
true.
in this game to turn that one around.
That's gonna feel pretty good. Also, they've beat some foreign teams coming into this play. That's great. Knocking down doors that they've had trouble with. We'll see. Straight up the middle to the players. We are almost ready to get on to the Abyss. This is our final matchups. No snowballs to get that remake in. Vel'Koz versus Vel'Koz. Doublelift versus Bjergsen. It's so fitting that they're now on the same team and they actually have to do this. But it's all for the resources. As we said before, as James put that wager on the line, both players have agreed. I don't know how true that's going to stand throughout the season. But we will find out. Doublelift did not find a misclick through his champion selects. We will get the 3rd mirror match in a row. We are on the Abyss. Let's hear it for both players. One's going to come out with 150 points for their team. Doublelift versus Bjergsen.
Oh yeah, I'm so ready for this. Skill shots are plenty in this matchup.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all about the angles. This is geometry.
I wonder if they're fully aware, Doublelift, of the 6 and the ticking of Vel'Koz's damage.
Maybe.
And how that pretty much explodes on that 3rd. Yeah, so Doublelift doesn't get out of the ult fast enough to really do a lot more damage than you're expecting. But we're going to have a lot of math in this one. I want to see how good they are using their protractors with these keys.
This is such a
Such
a crazy matchup to watch.
More of a compass.
They're just trying to create shapes on the map.
Yeah.
Just make a square.
Go back already?
Just needs that mana back.
What a joke.
I've been throwing out too many Qs. Oh,
All right.
noodle fight.
Swing the spaghetti, boys.
It's one of my favorite auto attack animations in the game. Actually, just whips it. Like this and Alawi would actually be
I was
my
just going
perfect
to
bot
say,
lane.
we had an Alawi mirror.
I played one of those. Not
I am
fun.
so sorry.
Not fun.
Also, don't try her at support.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, we've seen Vel'Koz in a support role, so that's
true.
Maybe Tentacles the way to support.
Super annoying. in that
Shots
support
fired
role.
already. Bjergsen got that first hit onto Doublelift. Basically wins the matchup. Could be a long one this
So
one.
I actually just got word that you played the mayor in that 1v1.
I did play the mayor.
And you got
He
rectified.
wrecked me. He actually
Dang.
did wreck me.
Okay.
I thought it was pyrotechnics, so I disrespected him and walked into lane. Turns out, was not pyro. But anyway, that was the Alawi mirror. This is the Vel'Koz mirror. It's level 2 for both of them. Doublelift taking a lot of damage.
That's a mid laner playing a mid lane champion. Who would have thunk? That's Doublelift very low. Oh, the minion body blocks it. That minion right there. We're giving him an award as well after this 1v1.
Body blocks it, but Doublelift managed to flash away. Bjergsen still has his. Could look to flash Q here.
Yeah.
Flash Q auto may just about be enough. Doublelift is healing up though. Will tick up from that health potion. Thunderlord's Decree is... Ooh.
Cause math.
Both of them Thunderlords in this setting, so... Oh! Swing and a miss.
Looks super pretty, but none of it hit.
Oh, there's a lot of miss in this.
Yeah, it's really it's hard to CS with Vel'Koz when you don't know his auto attack, the slow, the range. Feels kind of weird, but once you get it down, it's actually really great to play with.
Bjergsen, however, is trading mana for health here. You can see Doublelift, obviously the lower health. Bjergsen won't be able to throw out as many spells, but is pushing the wave. Trying to force Doublelift to miss CS, but gets the knockback.
It's it. There's a 3. There it is. Bjergsen, 150 points for Fire, and your number 1 in the 1v1 2015 All-Star competition.
Wow. You couldn't have written this any better than, 2 of the carries from TSM ending up in the finals, but you can change everything and still TSM for another season they're going to be ganking mid, throwing everything in. But here we see the killing blow. Bjergsen manages to just push Doublelift around, gets that suspension, knocked back into the queue. Good combo gets the kill, and Bjergsen takes it home.
Absolutely ridiculous. I'm still wondering how it wasn't a neutral champion to be played between these two.
Yeah.
Maybe even a Cho'Gath. Bjergsen played that, but still, it's easy to stay alive on Cho'Gath. You pretty much just want to eat each other in the end. Something else. Something else. It just did not happen. Bjergsen comes away with the win. He gets the resources for the entire season, as it probably would have gone.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to kind of think of, but he did take down some pretty stiff competition in Kira and Clearlove, who had shown themselves to be pretty good on the way. Doublelift had some stiff competition himself. Took down Froggen took down Froggen about an hour ago.
Prey on his Praven?
Took out Prey. Some pretty big names. I would say Doublelift had the harder road there, perhaps, but Bjergsen just shutting him down on that Vel'Koz, man.
Absolutely ridiculous. Well, we're definitely going to hear from the champs and Doublelift. Let's throw it over to Dash and see what they have to say.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I am standing on side with our champion, Bjergsen, as well as our runner-up, Doublelift. First off, congratulations, Bjergsen, on the victory. How does it feel to know that out of a pool of 30 players here, some of the best players in the world, you came out on top of the 1v1 tournament?
Well, of course, it feels really good. I know there were some people that maybe didn't try as hard as people like me and Doublelift, but still, it feels really good to be in that. And still, to bring some fun matches and play some champions like Zed, Vayne, and Vel'Koz that you wouldn't normally expect in 1v1s.
Kasing, to name one of them. I'm just kidding. He knows that I'm kidding. Everyone, Doublelift, though, over to your side. Bjergsen just mentioned that he got to play 2 mid laners in that best of 3. How did you let that happen, given the odds over to him?
I don't know. He has seniority in TSM. He can tell me whatever he wants to do. I just have to listen. I'm just kidding. The first game, we were like, we should do signature champ mirrors. So obviously we're gonna win those mirrors. I threw those Zed game. I'm not gonna lie. And then the third game is just like, it's kind of like neither of us really play Vel'Koz. Maybe it has like a little bit more experience with him because the mid lane champ, but oh well.
Yep. Oh well. Now I do have to point out that in the middle of your guys' best of 3, Reginald tweeted out that he, the winner of this best of 3, had to play him in a best of 3. So that means that you're going up against Reginald in a best of 3. It sounds like. I guess you might have to do this on your own time, but are you fairly confident that you can, take him down in 2 out of the 3 games?
I'll play him for the trophy, sure.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll have to fight. We'll have to see that on a future date. But all it'll do is really move shelves in the TSM house, right? So at least it stays within the family. Back over to you, Doublelift. I want to get your take on the 1v1 tournament as a whole. Because we did have people who were taking it more or less seriously. There were a lot of fun elements to it. You had to play quite a number of games Froggen, with the remakes and all that. So for you, how was this event as a whole?
Yeah, the best of 7 versus Froggen, really just a good experience. I mean, we had nothing really to do in the like player lounge or whatever, so me and Bjergsen would just run 1v1s, and I think I had like a 10% win rate, and then I went home and I 1v1 Hanser sometimes, and he just wrecked me every time too. So really didn't expect to make it to the finals. Don't know how it happened, but nice job, everyone.
Well, there you have it. And then finally, I got to come back to you, Bjergsen. We did throw that wager onto the stage before the games took place, so it looks like you're going to be walking away again, team solo mid, with all the resources, all the ganks. Are you excited for all the possibilities that opens for you in the mid lane?
We'll have to see if Svenskeren listens, because if any of you guys watched IEM, he was all over top lane, and me and Peter are just the farm bots for team fights, but still, we'll see.
All right, so as it stands, Hanser's the one who gets all of the resources. We'll see if any of that changes. Once again, Bjergsen, congratulations, and to you as well, Peter, on that second place. That's going to do it for us here on stage. We're going to throw it back to Shox and crew to break down the 1v1 action.
Thank you very much, Dash. Well, a good champion, I think, a well-rounded champion in Bjergsen, showing a lot, but that first game of Vayne versus Vayne, you had some criticisms, Deficio.
I think we all did. I mean, that wasn't Bjergsen playing that one. We have a replay as well, where he just kind of all-ins in the middle of nowhere, and he even misses the condemn.
It was a super not Bjergsen thing to tumble into 7 creeps and miss condemn, and then just get out-traded because you missed FS spell and you're in 6 creeps. So that was not like Bjergsen usually plays his 1v1s.
Yeah, it was very unlike Bjergsen, but he made up for it immediately when he went into game 2. They had the ZZ mirror match up. What do you make of that one? We can roll the replay as well, Reckless maybe.
I thought it was kind of fair that they ended up playing, one mirror matchup each. Obviously, Doublelift perhaps isn't the best Zed player in the world. I can personally say that I have no idea how to play Zed. So I understand him. Probably wasn't much he could have done there against a player like Bjergsen.
Yeah.
But perhaps shadowing into the tower is not the thing you want to do, but yeah.
He made 2 very, very big mistakes. First of all, when he gets level 2, he shadows forward into melee range, so he kind of nullifies the fact he has a level advantage, and he even missed the Q, I believe, on the way. Got sidestepped by Bjergsen. So he gets a Q trade back. So you even lose the trade when you're level up, and then obviously you decide to jump into tower.
If he skills the E, then he doesn't even trade on him anyway, so it's hard to make the level up that useful.
Shadow Q?
Yeah, you get a Shadow Q that does 45 damage.
Skilling E level 2 like Bjergsen did was much more efficient, because after all, as we explained so many times now, it's so much about pushing and having the lane control. And Doublelift actually had it up until the point he skilled Shadow level 2 and did that mediocre trade, as you said, and then Bjergsen just took it back into control.
Yeah, Doublelift doing almost everything correctly, but falling to Bjergsen. That does mean that it's 2 players from Team Fire that were in the 1v1 finals, and they have earned 200 points, giving them a 100-point lead over Team Ice. So 775 up against 675. That means if Team Ice ends up winning the best of 3 and Team Fire wins the All-Star, that'll be 200 points, and Team Ice wins 300 points in the best of 3. We get our tiebreaker. It's all set, Niels. The stage is so
I don't
ready.
think anyone understood the point thing, but yeah, I actually a bit hope that we get the 1v1 against Captain Jack, just so I get a chance to play something and I can take the victory.
I personally have full faith in Coach Niels.
I don't.
I'm pretty sure.
No.
Wait, you don't?
What's that?
I don't trust in the Danes anymore.
Oh. Well, Bjergsen just won the
Yeah,
1
he's
versus 1
American Dane.
tournament.
He's American Dane.
He's American Dane now. Well, we'll see if it ends up happening. That may be it for the Howling Abyss, but the action doesn't stop here. After the break, the best of the best will take to the stage for a 5 versus 5 clash. And before we go, we'll hear from another legend on the Rift, your North American top lane all-star, Dyrus.
Hey everyone, I'm joined by Dyrus, who recently capped his 5-year legendary esports career at Worlds. And it's been so long, Dyrus. You were 19 years old when you joined TSM, 18 when you started playing League competitively. After this whole journey, if you could say one thing to 18-year-old you right now, I'm you at 18 years old, what would you say?
Don't leak any strategies and be as healthy as you possibly can.
But it's been a long career, 202 NALCS games, including playoffs. Most assists ever for a top laner. You've been to all 5 World Championships. You've been to all 6 North American LCS finals. 51,557 CS, which is the 3rd most all time. Do those numbers mean anything to you?
Yeah, it means a lot to me in a way where it's shown how long I've actually played the game. Not so much for the top of my performance of in a single game, but more of how long that I've been doing it for.
With all of that, when did you actually decide to retire and step away from the game?
So as I played League more and more, I was the kind of player that was okay with second place. And when I first joined TSM, I wasn't fully on the same page. I didn't understand their passion and drive into the game until I lost at Season 2. And I didn't realize how serious it was until I made the big mistake. And as time went on, like a lot more pressure came onto me. So I tried my hardest to make my teammates happy with me. I tried my hardest to like do my best, learn as much as I can. I tried to throw away my pride, and I tried to just, you know, not only for myself, but for the team that's given so much to me and given me an opportunity to do something like this, and I wanted to repay them back. But unfortunately, in the end, I started to feel like I wasn't as good as I used to be. And as time went on, if I felt like I was letting my teammates down, I felt it was probably time to step down. And I think this was probably the best time for me to step down, not because that I didn't really have the mechanical skill, but more I didn't have the mentality, I didn't have the motivation to keep going.
Do you ever, and were you ever worried about your legacy? How do you think you'll be remembered versus how you want to be remembered?
For me, it's definitely a bonus if I can be remembered in a good way, but it was all about doing the best I could for my team. It doesn't matter if I'm looked at as a really bad player or like an evil villain or whatever. All that mattered to me was that if my teammates were happy with me, I was happy.
You've obviously been playing across 5 competitive seasons. You mentioned some of the difficulties you had in the last one, but if you had to rank the seasons kind of against each other, what would have been your favorite year of playing League of Legends?
Season 4 was my favorite year of playing League of Legends because it was the closest we ever were to winning the World Championships. It's just that Samsung White, the team that did win, was just so much better than everyone else. We were able to compete with the top teams across all regions. We were able to scrim with Samsung White, and we took a couple games off them. We couldn't beat them, but we could beat literally everyone else in scrimmages. So that was the kind of year where I felt like I've worked really hard, and my hard work and effort really paid off. But at the same time, we were so close, yet so far.
What do you think you'll miss the most about playing competitively?
My most favorite things about playing competitively is being able to perform on a stage in front of many people. And when I did have those moments, it made me the most happy. Because when you see the hype, the music, the loading, the players go on stage making huge plays, the crowd cheers. Like for Season 4 at PAX, when there's like all these people that you see in the crowd and you perform right in front of them, that is my most missed moment. And at the same time, it is one of my regrets and one of the things that I'll miss about the most, being able to perform in front of tons and tons of people and just hearing the energy of the crowd.
All right, well, thank you very much, Darius, and I wish you luck.
You want to win? Oh, okay. Darius is the only one stepping up to the plate.
Got some quiet flames over there. Just Darius. So he's still up in the mid laner. He knows who his respect sticks with right now. Bjergsen setting his stuff up, making sure he gets a sip of coffee in before he gets into the game. Need that caffeine, need that adrenaline. Mine's still going from that intro. Absolutely amazing. Let's hear it one more time for Dash and Caster June for pumping up the crowd, getting this ready.
I've never been this hyped for a 1v1, apart from maybe the Zillion game. I was so ready for that, but now I'm extra specially ready. It's Vayne on Vayne in one lane.
Let's do, I like that, that's great. And put your hands together one more time. Bjergsen versus Doublelift. The Abyss is ready to be taken on as we swoop in. We will see who takes the 1v1 crown. It will be a Fire member, but the prestige will come with the victory. And I know Doublelift loves that pride.
There goes the first award into the Howling Abyss brush. So Bjergsen has to concede that. You can see Doublelift has now got the presence in the lane. Both of them running Grasp of the Undying. Both of them 6-6-18. Let's get the business out of the way early on. There is a difference, actually. Doublelift is running 30 extra.
Middle laner in LA. Looking to prove yes, 1-on-1 mighty. Now representing Team Fire! Bjergsen!
And his opponent on the red side for Team Fire and representing the North American LCS, he's climbed his way to the top in his natural environment, farming in lane alone. Put your hands together for Doublelift!
Okay! Red Fighters begin! 지금부터 대망의 결승전을
What he said!
하겠습니다. Thank you, Dad.
I have so much adrenaline running through my body right now. That was the most amazing introduction I've ever had to see for a 1v1 for any tournament ever. Caster June is an absolute legend, and that was one of the best orchestrated intros ever. Rivington still here, joined by James Stress O'Leary. We are on to the finals. We are on to see who wins 150 points. Like Dash said, we're in here warming up because it's Fire versus Fire. Ice has been melted. They are out of the tournament. It's mid versus AD carry, and you know what? We're gonna see if there's a wager there. Dash, what's going on stage?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have one last thing to settle here. I have a proposed wager for these two gentlemen if they would hear me out. Seeing as how the two of you are going to be teammates next year, I figure what should be riding on this best of three is all resources and all ganks to the individual who wins. What do we think? Doublelift, are you willing to throw all that on the line, all your sweet farm in the bot lane?
Well, we did agree to a mirror match, but I might misclick now.
Oh, and Bjergsen.
The thing is, no matter what, I know he's gonna want all the resources, but I mean, I'm down.
All right, well, Bjergsen is down. Doublelift, I feel like you have no choice but to accept this.
Okay, we'll do it.
All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, for all of the farm, all of the resources, and all of the ganks in the spring split. Here they are one more time. Bjergsen. Thank you, Shocks. We've moved inside of the indoor arena, out from the rain, getting ourselves safe, sound, warm, dry, giving them the best environment to play their game in. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen, from 30 contenders, only 2 remain. There can only be one King of the Hill, though, in our 1v1 tournament, and the first person I would like to introduce is a living legend. He is one of the most iconic figures in competitive gaming worldwide, and it wouldn't be a finals without this guy. He's the OG eSports hype man. Please make some noise for Caster June!
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dash. I'm Caster June from LCK. As you know, I am not Shabra, but today I specially speak English to the end because we are in air. Okay, thank you. On the other side, blue side, sorry, my poor English. On blue side, the Doublelift
and Doublelift.
That solves everything. That was the big question. Who would get these resources? If this comes out, they could be the best team in the world, right?
But there's 9 other coaches from the other NALCS teams being like, got it, scouting for the year, already done, book it. That's 2 wins against the TSM roster. We know where they're going. We'll just plan around
Everything towards the bot lane. Doublelift may be able to come out strong in this. Bjergsen has had some crazy games himself. Doublelift going for CS. Bjergsen kills as well. Doublelift has always gone for the sub-100 fights, though. He is very aggressive in that situation, so we'll see if that plays into his favor. Let's see what they have for each other. The Twisted, the Tom Kench, the Skarner, the Maokai, the Malzahar. Oh, what is it gonna be? Vayne on Vayne. So is the next one Syndra v Syndra? Is it gonna be what you wanted?
I would
is
love
it,
that.
What's your champion? What's my champion? Is that what we're playing right now?
I was about to write
let's
down
go.
picks and bans, and I'm like, well, I don't actually need to do that anymore. Great, well, I'll put the pen and paper
Gotta
down.
study for tomorrow's games.
And here we see, in the crowd.
Team Fire repping, man.
Yep, Fire repping. I actually think, I would love to know who the 3 of them want to win here. And who wants?
That's true.
Who they want
That's
to
true. Guys, who's winning?
Who's winning? Shout it at us, guys. Who